What's really good, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Scott again from Locked On Wizards. What's good? We got our fourth win tonight in Orlando, defeating the Orlando Magic 119 to 100. We're going to talk about how KP and Kuz tonight. Also, we're going to do a preview for the Milwaukee Bucks game on Sunday. So let's get it, y'all.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Scott again. My boy E is off tonight again, trying to get that voice right, y'all. Thank you for making the Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get podcasts. Tonight's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered this season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline, where the game starts. So, wow, fourth win in a row, blowout win in Orlando, 119 to 100. We're going to go over my takeaways from the game tonight. We're going to keep it short and simple tonight. We're going to go over my takeaways from the game, look at a preview of the Milwaukee Bucks game on Sunday, and we're going to chop it up a little bit at the end. So let's get right into it, y'all. All right, 119-100, fourth win in a row for the Washington Wizards. All right, so obviously we were led by KP and Kyle Kuzma, 2 out of the 3 of the big, or the solid 3 rather. They showed out tonight. If you look at KP, 30 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks, man. Defensively, we were solid tonight. We kept the foot on the pedal. Now, Orlando made strides here and there, but this was a team win where, we kept the foot on the pedal. Me and E said a lot that, this team is good when we keep the foot on the pedal, man. And we did that tonight. Looking at Kuz, 23 points. Again, very efficient, 9 for 16 for the field, 4 for 8 from 3. So, again, Kyle Kuzma showed out again. So KP and Kuzma have done a good job overall this season with, stepping up in the absence of the franchise player, Bradley Beal. But before we get into the rest of the starters, man, look at the bench. Rui Hachimura, 16 points, 7 rebounds. Denny Avdia, 13 points, 7 rebounds. Now, DeLon Wright, they're ramping him up a little bit. He still played only 17 minutes, only contributed 3 points, but had 4 rebounds, 5 assists. So he's still ramping up the minutes. But the bench, they played a eight-man rotation this game. I think that works. I mean, looking at this lineup, man, with the taller lineup and with the 8-man rotation with DeLon, Denny, and Rui, I like that. I think this is the recipe for success for the Wizards, man, if we're going to get out of this hole. Because, look, 4 wins in a row. This team looks good. It looks good. Even if you pro tank, man, you can't help to be happy tonight because this is a good quality win. But looking at Monte Morris, again, he is trying, he is settling into the role of distributor. 10 assists tonight, 12 points. Kispert, 11 points. And then Gaff, 11 points, 8 rebounds. Gafford has really relished into the starting 5 role. I'm telling you right now, this lineup, this lineup is a solid lineup. This is the lineup that's really, like I said earlier, is the recipe for success. But let's get into some takeaways before we move on. Looking at team stats, they shot 55% from the field. Let that sink in. 3-point, we shot 42. We held the Orlando Magic to 18% from the 3-point. So perimeter defense was on point. Looking at free throws, shot 20 for 25. Better. Rebounds, we out-rebounded them 53 to 35. Assists, 33 to their 24. Now, I know we did have 10 blocks, but let's talk about the turnovers, people. Now, if there's any negative from this game and really these string of wins we've had, I'm looking at the comments. Corey Lott, you're right on point, brother. Turnovers, 26 turnovers. If you looked at it, they had 6 after the first, 10 at the half. Turnovers they got to relax the turnovers. If you're going against teams that are serious contenders, they're going to capitalize on these turnovers and they're going to kill us. So, you can get away with these with the Orlando Magic. There's no shade on Orlando. They're a rebuilding team with a lot of talent. And, I'm going to talk about a few players from Orlando in a minute because, man, they got a bright future in Orlando. But, this, again, you have to show these turnovers, man. They can not continue to be a problem. So, wow, man. Again, y'all, we should be very happy tonight. This is a good win. 4 in a row, man. Wow, 4 in a row. Now, absent, as a lot of you know, Will Barton again. Will the Thrill. Ain't thrilling no more in DC, man, because he is out the rotation. Now, in my opinion, and maybe in the humble opinion of many of you guys, this bench is better without him. This team is better without. I hate to say that, but he's it's better without him, man. We are better without Will Barton. So, again, you see this rotation is starting to become a concrete rotation. This taller lineup with this bench, I really believe this is a recipe for success. Now, looking at Orlando real quick before we move on. Yes, they dealt with injuries, but they also dealt with 6 players being suspended from the melee in Detroit. So they were down 6 guys, and then one guy to injury, which was I believe Jalen Suggs. But still, you got to capitalize. I mean, like I said, no shade against Orlando, but I think even with the 6 back, we would have won this game. So yeah, I mean, again, we had Bradley Beal out. Now, Bradley Beal, franchise guy, man, are we missing him too much? No, but I'm not going to take anything away from Brad. He is still a scorer in this league. So I think we still need his scoring, but you can't deny that this team plays better without him. So, I mean, it is what it is. So that is my takeaways from this game. A few more notes I have. Orlando, wow, this Paulo Banchero, man, this kid can play some basketball. From a Wizards fan, from the outside looking in, I'm telling you, this kid can play some basketball. Faults. I would not mind him in a Wizards jersey. He's a local cat from Upper Marlboro. So those are a couple. And Rui, the only negatives I have from Rui would be, he had a couple turnovers where he was trying to be a playmaker, bring the ball up. Dribbling is not his game, but still, scoring is definitely his game, man, because 16.7 rebounds. So those are my takeaways tonight, y'all. Very good quality win. Very good quality win. So before we move on to a brief preview of the Wizards game Saturday night at Milwaukee, tonight's episode is brought to you by NHTSA. You're hanging out with some new friends and putting back a few drinks. A few becomes a few too many. As the evening comes to an end and people start to head out, you think of calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. You can make it home okay. It's no big deal. What are the odds you'll get put over anyway? And even so, what's the worst that could happen? Your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you lose your job, you total your car, you kill somebody. Everyone knows about the risk of driving drunk. The results are tragic and often deadly. However, that still doesn't stop everyone from getting behind the wheel and driving while under the influence. That's why police officers are out there right now looking for impaired drivers on our roads to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Play safe and plan ahead to get a ride. It only takes one mistake to change your life or someone else's life. Drive sober or get pulled over. Seriously, guys, it's Friday night. If you're cheering up the win tonight, definitely drink responsibly. If you're going out, definitely plan ahead. Thank you for making the Locked On Wizards your first day. Make sure to check out Locked On Sports Today, the biggest stories around the sports world in 20 minutes or less, plus instant reactions, game recaps, and Locked On's Take It Today. Locked On Sports Today, available on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. So, moving on this road trip, we have 2 games in a row in Milwaukee against the Bucks. Now, we're going to look at their potential starting 5 and look at their injuries real quick and my keys to victory, and then we'll chop it up at the end. So, looking at its potential starting 5, Jrue Holiday is out. That is a plus for us, especially for Monte. So it appears that potentially Jevon Carter should start at the point. Looking at the 2 guard, Grayson Allen, he's a pesky guy who, if you don't know, he's got attitude. He's a good defender who can shoot behind the arc. Pat Connaughton at the 3. Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the man, the legend, is going to be at the 4. Now, that'd be very interesting to see who they put on him. If I were to put money on it, I don't know if they slide him back or slide him. I don't know if they slide Denny back into the start lineup because he did play well against him last year. So it'd be very interesting to see who they play against him because I don't know if KP at the 4 is agile enough to hang with the Greek Freak, man. I don't know. So that would be a good question. Who do they change the lineup again? Do they, that's a very good question. And at the 5, Brook Lopez, a big who can stretch the floor. Now, looking at injuries, like I said earlier, Jrue Holiday is out, but Chris Middleton is out. So Giannis, the MVP that he is, can he carry this team? I don't think so. I think these are 2 winnable games, especially if Middleton and Jrue Holiday are out. I think this is a time where you kick them water down, straight up. This is a winnable game. I think so. Let's go ahead and slide into my keys of victory. What are my keys of victory to defeating the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee? Well, 1, I will lock down the perimeter. As you know, Jevon Carter can't shoot. Grayson Allen can't shoot. Connaughton can shoot. Now, Giannis, his shot is coming along, and Brook Lopez can stretch the floor. So you got shooters on this team. So I would lock down the perimeter and force them to come into the paint. Now, doing so, Foul trouble usually happens when we let people come in the paint. So definitely short it up. But I would definitely lock down the perimeter. You know, shut down these shooters. Two, double team. I would say double team when needed. I think West is going to try to double team Giannis. I would not do it because of the reason before shooters. When we double team a lot, we have left ourselves open on defense to a lot of shooters. So that's one thing to look at. And three, keep the foot on the pedal, and not just in this game, but overall. I want to see us keep the foot on the pedal overall. Really, really keep the foot on the pedal. So, and it showed this game. With this game, we from start to finish, we were rolling, and it showed because the ball movement was fluid. It's just we're a beautiful team to watch. We really are. We're a beautiful team to watch when we keep the foot on the pedal and really put our foot on the necks of some of these opponents, man. So that would be my three keys of victory because I think this is a very, very winnable game. Very winnable game. So we're gonna go ahead and chop it up a little bit, but before we do, tonight's episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. If your New Year's goals are to manage your budget better and save money, you need Rocket Money. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about. I do. Like that streaming service you bought to watch just one show on, or that free trial that you never even use. Yeah. Rocket Money will quickly and easily identify your subscriptions for you so you can stop paying for the ones you don't want. Rocket Money makes canceling subscriptions as easy as a click of the button. Simply find the subscription you don't want and press cancel. Rocket Money will cancel it for you. No more long hold times with customer service or tedious emailing back and forth. Over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving an average person up to $720 a year. Wow. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/lockedonnba. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedonnba. rocketmoney.com/lockedonnba. So again, I appreciate everybody showing out tonight. Our boy E, man, the voice has been keeping him down for count, man. So it's definitely wish him to get better, man. So let's get into some comments tonight before we roll. Like I said, we're gonna keep it quick, short and quick tonight. Let's see. What's up, Chuck Best? What's going on, man? How you feeling tonight? 10 blocks, absolutely, man. That shows the defense, man. With DeLon being back with this tall lineup, the defenses have been a lot better. This is a better defensive team. Perfect findings. What's going on? Really hurt my eyes. Not a fishing game from him once his offense is bad. It is an all-around bad, too much ISO ball. Well, I like what I see from Rui overall this season. I think he definitely needs to be in the talks for sixth man of the year. It was definitely an off game, but I wouldn't say consistently that he's going to be like this. It was definitely an off game. Now that ISO, we all know what the plus and minuses are about Rui Hachimura. 3-level score. He can score with his back to the basket. He can score from 3-point, mid-range, but defense hasn't been his forte, and he tends to get into ISO. He tends to be a black hole with the ball. And that would be my only negatives, but, look. Let's see. Corey Lott, what's up? Way too many turnovers tonight. Absolutely, man. Anytime you have 26 turnovers, man, and the fact we won the game, you can't do that against these contending teams, man. You just can't. The Orlando Magic, they're rebuilding. They have a young squad. They're still trying to find their way and their chemistry, but yeah, you got to shore that up. Let's see. Corey Lott. Again, Rui has improved tremendously on the defensive end. Yeah, he has. I mean, overall, he's a lot better from defense. Now is he a 3-and-D? Is he a stopper per se? No, absolutely not. But he is definitely looking better on the defensive end. Back to Chuck Best. What's going on, man? Just love the fact West swallowed some pride and DMP'd Will Barton. Yeah, I know he has a connection with Will and Monte from Denver, but Will Barton just hasn't panned out in DC. And I know it was nice for him to come back home. He's from B-more, but you definitely got it. There was a decision that had to be made. Every dollar count, EDC. What's going on, man? Monte been balling. Absolutely. Monte is really set into his role as a distributor. Now, his shot has been dropping. He's been doing better. Now, one thing I would want to see from Monte is driving the lane more. I want to see him more aggressive driving the lane. But outside of that, absolutely. My dude, Champ, what's going on? Why are you on Rui Perfect Finance? He playing well. I ain't gonna get into that, man. Let's see. More comments. Again, I appreciate y'all, man. I definitely appreciate y'all showing up tonight. It's Friday night. Definitely drink responsible and celebrate this win, man. Man, y'all getting a little testy on here tonight. Let's see. Magic got worn down by lack of manpower. That's what allowed us to dominate in the second half. They were gassed. Yeah, absolutely. They were. Anytime what's that guy, man, that played Admiral Schofield? Anytime he's playing extended minutes, yeah, they're hurting a little bit. But let's see. Man, y'all testy tonight. My man Chimp again. You Denny supporters love to hate on Rudy. Denny might be a star in Israel, but he averaged in the NBA and he's going to be a role player. All right, guys. And I get it, man. It's bipartisanship on here with Denny and Rui. I think we can all agree this is that Denny and Rui both have a lot of potential, but neither one of them are finished products. Obviously, Denny defensively is above average elite level. But his shot is not consistent and he needs to work on it. But he's not a complete player. He's not a finished product. And neither is Rui. Rui is a 3-level scorer, but it's really the flip of the spectrum for him. It's defense. He needs to be a lot more consistent with defense. Has he gotten better? Yes. But I definitely, but hey, I love the dialogue, man. Let's keep it up, y'all. Let's keep it up. Let's see. Red Wings, yep. We can't be that sloppy with turnovers. No, we cannot. Familiar face, y'all. Ed Oliver, what's going on, man? Good win. Hashtag DC above all. Absolutely. Zingas and Gafford duo looking good. Absolutely. You can hit the nail on the head, E. This lineup works, man. This lineup works. I'm trying to tell you, this lineup works. This tall lineup is what we've been looking for, and I'm telling you, it works, man. Especially, and when you look at his bench, Rui and Denny play well together. It's crazy to see everybody beefing about Denny and Rui, man, but they play well together. They really do. I mean, they play well on the bench together. They really feed off each other, man. So let's see. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. We're gonna do about 3 to 5 more, man. Back to Chimp. Rui will be gone next year. It won't make any difference to Denny playing better. Man, y'all need to stop. I mean, Rui. It's tough to really say right now whether he'll be here or not. But like I said, Denny and Rui, they play well together. So I would like to see them play a lot more together. Let's see. Every dollar count EDC. We lost 8 in a row without him. How do we play there without him? Oh, man, y'all tested tonight. Oh, here's a good one. Red Wings, you hit the nail on the head. Barton and Monte Fultz. Man, look, Fultz, he might look good in the Wizards jersey. Now, his shot, you can tell the confidence. I don't know how many of you guys follow, the progress of Markelle Fultz and, his issues in Philly being the #1 overall pick and, an accident and his shot. But, he's come a long way, man. He's originally from Upper Marlboro. He can drive, he can create. Now his shot, you can see he doesn't have a lot of confidence in his long range shot. Yeah, you can just see that, and people are leaving him open for a reason. But I'm not against it. I would love to see him in the Wizards jersey. I think he would. I mean, he's a taller guard. He would look good in point guard for the Wizards. That's just me. Let's see. A couple more, man. Chimp again. Bucks will be a good test, but I think we can win. Yep, yes, sir, we can. I think we can win it. Especially without Drew at the point guard, it's going to open up a lot more potential for Monte and DeLon and Chris Middleton. That's a big hit for Milwaukee. At that 3. So might see a big game from Kuz. I'm just saying. All right, man. Oh, Jameer Wallace, what's going on, man? Y'all some real Monte haters for sure. Nah, I don't think so, man. And I mean, Monte has come a long way. And that's the thing, man. A lot of these players that we talk about, with this Denny, Rui, or even Monte, they have their capabilities, but they have their shortcomings. Like most players, you in baseball, you call them 5-tool players, right? Guys who can hit for power, hit for average, can field, whatever. It's tough to find these. I mean, Paulo Banchero, man, he's a 5-tool guy. I mean, he can defend, he can shoot from threes, he can rebound. It's just tough to find a guy who can do it all, man. And that's the thing about systems is that you find guys and you use their best asset, and that's you're starting to see that in DC. Denny and Rui again are not finished products. Neither is Corey Kispert. But West is starting to use their their capabilities the right way, and that's what you want to do. Let's see, man, y'all testy tonight, man. Peter, man, what's going on? Brandon, hold down the fort. Yes, sir, man. Got to hold it down for my dude, man. Let's see. Chuck, you got a good point here, man. Of anything you can say, honestly, teams only beat the Wiz because they are injured. I agree, but I don't, man. We have definitely taken advantage of teams being injured, but I mean, look at most NBA seasons. Most teams aren't going to be 100%. There's going to be injuries, and yeah, it does seem like this season there's a lot of injuries, man. But you're going to deal with your fair share of injuries. So take advantage of it, man. It's not our fault they injured. I mean, so you got to take advantage of it. But yeah, I mean, you can say there's been a lot of injuries, but we've dealt with our fair share. I mean, we're just now getting guys back. So, all right, y'all, we're going to do a few more, man. I definitely appreciate y'all tonight, man, staying up with me and chopping it up, man. Let's see. Bear with me, y'all. Diego Mejias, what's up? Kristaps can really make the All-Star game. He's been a top 5 center this year. Absolutely. I think he's an All-Star. I believe you got to take a look at him. You got to take a look at Kuz. Now, Brad, he's been out, and I think stats-wise, while, having 3 guys who's average 20 is a good thing. But if you look at individually for Brad, this is actually a down year. And, this would be the second one in a row. So I don't see him getting All-Star nod, but I would like to see at least KP get it. Absolutely. We're going to do one more tonight, y'all. Oh man, man, a lot of good comments, man. Again, me and E are going to do, especially after the New Year's, man. We're going to do some mailbags, man. So definitely come out with your best questions for us, guys. All right, we're going. Gilad Zeltzer, what's going on, man? How you doing? Great game by all. Great D. Would like Denny play point more? Even the second unit, he finished 13. I agree. We continue to see good team wins, man. And we continue to see good team wins from this team. When they play as a team, they win as a team. When they get to the ISO and individualism and all this, then they lose as individuals. And I ain't trying to get all philosophy here, but it's just when they play as a team, you see the potential in this team. You really do. And the ball movement, just so I definitely agree. Now, him bringing the ball up on the second unit, absolutely. I saw Rui do it a couple times, and Rui, that's one thing he can't do. He can't bring the ball up, and he was slipping out, man. But he was catching the ball like an offensive lineman, man. But yeah, I definitely agree. I think Denny, looking at him in the second unit, bring the ball up, I would definitely look at that. Doran Daniel, what's going on, man? Love your podcast. Appreciate you, man. I definitely love talking to y'all. I know me and E love chopping it with you guys, so definitely appreciate the love, man. And this is gonna be the last one tonight, y'all. From Corey Lott, what's going on, man? If the Wizards can be more consistent, they could be any team in the NBA. Amen. You hit the nail on the head. It's always a question of consistency with this team. If they can consistently play in this fashion while keeping the turnovers down, we can beat anybody. We beat some good teams the last week. Philadelphia is a good win. Phoenix is a good win. I definitely agree. It's just consistency. Now, a lot of, especially going into January and, the deadline being February 9th or 10th, I got to double check. The deadline's coming up. So they have to really get out of this hole quick, and really try to keep their head above water, above 500, if you really want to see a lot of these guys stay on this team. Because, I have a feeling, man. I have a feeling that if we are 500 or below going to the trade deadline, you might see some familiar faces being moved. Kuz and, the uncertainty of him coming back and, John Collins, so it does seem like they want to build around Bill, but, it's gonna be hard with the contract. So, all right, y'all. I definitely appreciate everybody showing up tonight, man. Definitely thank you for showing the love. Good win tonight, y'all. 119-100, being Orlando. Now, again, Sunday night, 7:30 at Milwaukee. Definitely watch the game. Let's get this dub, man. This is a winnable game, especially if we exploit their injuries at the point guard and wing position. So definitely check out me and my dude, the real Ed Oliver, on Twitter and Instagram. On game day, especially for Commanders and the Wizards, we definitely chop it up with fans and do a lot of analysis during the game. YouTube, we are close to 3,000 subscribers, so definitely like, subscribe, comment below. Let's get these numbers up. Thank you for making Locked On Wizards your first listen today. Now make Locked On Sports Today your second listen. Peter Bogowski brings you the biggest stories from around the sports world in around 20 minutes. Get the analysis and opinions before anyone else with our local and national experts and insiders. Locked On Sports Today podcast available on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. So in the honor of E, hail to the Wizards, and everybody have a good night. Peace.